Hello students, we have already seen the properties of definite integration and also studied the proof of these, and in this video we are going to solve examples based on these 8 properties. Let's solve this example from exercise 4.2. Integration 0 to 1 log of 1 upon x minus 1 dx. So first we will assume this as integral I, and here we will make denominator same, and so this 1 then minus x ones are x and denominator is x and dx. And again, by the rule of log, division means we have to subtract log of numerator minus log of denominator. So log of 1 minus x, then middle sign minus, then log of x dx. Say this is equation number 1, and here we will use property 0 to a fx dx equal to integration 0 to a f of, write down this upper limit, then minus variable dx. Here this a is 1, so we will change this x as 1 minus x. So we will use this property here, and therefore wherever here is x we will replace by 1 minus x. So here 1 minus, instead of x I am writing 1 minus x, and then minus log of, and again we will replace this x by 1 minus x and square bracket complete. So plus 1 minus 1 get cancelled and minus minus plus x. So here log of x and then minus this term. This is same as equation 1 if we will take minus sign common out. So here minus of 0 to 1, we will write this second term first and then first term second, and then this term which is log of x. Here every time we have to write this dx. And look, now this is nothing but our integral I, and move this I to the left hand side. So I plus I is 2I equal to 0, and we will divide whole equation by 2, and therefore I is equal to 0. So value of our given integral is 0. By this way we have to use property and solve the next examples. This is our second example, and we have to make this integrand into simplest form by using property. And again we can observe these limits. These are from 0 to pi by 2. So we have to use the property 0 to a fx dx equal to integration 0 to a f of a minus x dx. That means here we have to subtract variable from this upper limit, and here value of a is pi by 2. Therefore this x changes to pi by 2 minus this variable x. So again we will assume this I. So in this integral, wherever there is x, we will replace by pi by 2 minus x. Here we will write pi by 2 minus x, then minus cos, and again pi by 2 minus x, and in the denominator also 1 plus sine of pi by 2 minus x and cos of pi by 2 minus x, and here we will write dx. And again in the next step, sine 90 minus x is cos of x, then minus cos 90 minus x is sine of x, and in the denominator 1 plus sine 90 minus x is cos x, and cos 90 minus x is sine of x. Here dx. This is same as given integral, only we have to take this minus sign out. So from numerator we are taking minus sign, so sin x, and then here we will write minus cos x, and this denominator as it is, and this is nothing but our given integral I. So here I, left hand side is I, move this I to the left hand side, so I plus I is twice I, and here 0 remains, and again divide this equation by 2, and therefore I is equal to 0, and hence we can say that the value of the given integral is 0. This is our third example, and check the limits. This integration is from minus 3 to plus 3 x cube upon 9 minus x square. So we have to use property number 8 where the limits are from minus a to plus a. This is our eighth property. Integration minus a to a fx dx equal to 2 integration 0 to a fx when this function is even function, and again its value is 0 when this function is odd function. That means we have to check this function whether it is even function or odd function. And so first we will consider, let f of x equal to this, and to check even or odd function we have to find f of minus x also. So wherever there is x we will replace by minus x. So this x I'll write minus x cube, in the denominator 9 minus, and again instead of x square we will write minus x square. And so minus x cube is minus x cube, and 9 minus, and minus x square is plus x square. And here this is nothing but our function of x. So again we will write, check here. So this minus sign as it is, and this is fx. So we have proved that f of minus x is minus fx. So this is odd function. So here I am writing this is odd function, and by this property, if the function is odd function, its value is 0. Therefore integration minus 3 to 3 fx dx equal to 0, and therefore the value of given integration, that means minus 3 to 3 dx, its value is 0. This is our fourth example, and this is in the form integration a to b f of x dx. So we have to use property integration a to b fx dx equal to integration a to b f of, first write down lower limit, then add up upper limit, and then subtract variable. So in this way we will transform this function, and so here we know that this is a, this is b, and then we will change x to a plus b minus x by this way, and therefore this x changes to, a means this pi upon 5, b means 3 pi by 10, and then minus x. So we will change x by this way in this integral, and so we will change this x by this here also this same bracket, and here also we will write this same bracket. Now simplify this. Here denominator is 10, so here we will multiply upside and downside by 2. 2 5s are 10, so 2 pi plus 3 pi, 5 pi by 10, and again 5 1s are 5 2s are, so this is pi by 2, and so this bracket will be pi by 2 minus x. So again in the next step, simplified form of this bracket is pi by 2 minus x. In the denominator also we will write this as sine of pi by 2 minus x. Then again middle sign plus and then cos of dx. Again this is equal to sine 90 minus x is cos of x, and here sine 90 minus x is cos of x, and cos 90 minus x is sine of x dx. So we will say this is equation number 1 and we will assume this is equation number 2, and by adding 1 and 2, so our given integral is I. First we will add up left hand side, and left hand side of equation 2 is also I. So I plus I, and that is equal to sin x upon sin x plus cos of x and dx. And second integral is this, we will write here. Check the left hand side now. I plus I is 2I, and here check the denominator, sin x plus cos x, and here cos of x plus sin x, means denominator is same, so we will add up numerator. So this is sin of x, then middle sign plus, and then this is cos of x and dx. Check, this is same numerator and denominator, so this get cancelled and simply 1 remains, and again integration of 1 means x, and we will write these limits. Downside this is lower limit, and upside this is, first we have to substitute upper limit, so 3 pi by 10, then middle sign minus, then substitute lower limit which is pi by 5 and subtract this, so again we have to multiply by 2, and so 3 pi minus 2 pi is simply pi by 10. This is 2I is equal to, divide the equation by 2, and therefore I is equal to, dividing by 2 we have pi by 20. So the value of our given integral is pi by 20. This is our fifth example, integration minus 2 to 3 mod of x minus 2 dx. So again here we have modulus function. So consider this function mod of x minus 2 equal to this x positive function x minus 2 when this x minus 2 greater than or equal to 0. That means x must be greater than or equal to 2. Move this minus to that side. And again this modulus function is minus, that means minus of x minus 2 when this is less than 0. So x minus 2 is strictly less than 0. That means x is less than 2. So again we have multiply minus inside, so minus x and minus minus plus 2, so I am writing here 2 minus x. So for these limits we have to consider these functions. When x is strictly less than 2 we have to consider function 2 minus x, and when x is greater than or equal to 2 we have to consider function x minus 2 for mod of x minus 2. This is our given integral, and we will split this as when x is strictly less than 2. So here we will write minus 2 to 2, and this function is for x greater than or equal to 2. So here we will write from 2 to 3, and we will write this function mod x minus 2 dx and plus, and here also mod x minus 2 dx. Now we know that for x less than 2 the function is 2 minus x. For mod x minus 2 we will write this function which is 2 minus x dx, and for x greater than or equal to 2 function is x minus 2. So instead of this we will write here x minus 2 dx, and this is very easy to integrate now. And so integration of 2, since 2 is constant, this is 2x, and integration of x is minus x square by 2. We will write this answer in the box bracket and write down limit from minus 2 to 2. And again integration of this x is x square by 2, and integration of 2 is 2x, and here also write down limit from 2 to 3. So here 2 to 3. So first now we will substitute this upper limit, and so we have 2 2s are 4, then minus 2 square is 4 upon 2, and middle sign minus. Now we will substitute minus 2 here, and now here we will substitute first 3, which is upper limit. 3 square means 9 by 2, and 3 2s are 6, and now we will substitute 2 here. Now here minus 4 by 2, minus 4 by 2 get cancelled. Minus minus plus 4 and 4, this is 8. And again 9 by 2 minus 4 by 2 is 5 by 2. And minus 6 and minus minus plus 4 is minus 2. And again simplify this. 8 minus 2 is 6, and this is 5 by 2. And so its simplification is 6 2s are 12 plus 5, 17 upon 2. Therefore, the final value of given definite integration is 17 upon 2. This is the last part of this chapter, which is reduction formulae. And first formula is integration 0 to pi by 2 sine of x raised to n into dx. We will check this formula if n is odd number and if n is even number also. So first check when n is odd number. We know that 1, 3, 5, 7, these are all odd number and so on. And if the value of n is 1, suppose integration of sine of x, we know its value is minus cos x, and then we will substitute these limits and find out answer easily. But if the value of n is this 3, then in this case you have to write here 3. Upside number will be 1 less, that means 2 upon 3. This is the answer of integration sine cube x from 0 to pi by 2. If value of n is 5, then write down this as it is, and again here multiply 5, 1 number less upside. So this is the answer of sine of x raised to 5 from 0 to pi by 2. If value of n is 7, odd number we are taking, then numerator will be 6. This is the answer of sine of x raised to 7. But here the number is n and this is odd number. So here downside n, 1 number less means upside n minus 1. Next factor, next odd number. We know that difference between odd number is 2. So smaller odd number will be n minus 2. And 1 number less upside means n minus 3. Again next one, n minus 4 and be upside. So this is the formula to find out the integration of sine of x raised to n from 0 to pi by 2. And now if n is even number we know 2, 4, 6, 8 by this way and so on. So extra you have to multiply first pi by 2. Why this pi by 2? Look, when n is equal to 0, this sine of x raised to 0, and so sine of x raised to 0 is 1, and integration of 1 dx is simply x, and limits are 0 to pi by 2. If we will substitute this, its answer will be simply pi by 2. So when the index will be 2, 4, 6, 8, every time we will multiply this pi by 2. And then take this 2, same way. If sine square x from 0 to pi by 2, 2 and 1 number less means upside 1. If sine of x raised to 4, then you have to write this. Again multiply 4. One number less means here 3. And if n is 6, so again write down all this. Here write down 6. One number less means here 5, and so on. Here it is sign of x raised to n, and n is even number, so downside will be n. Upside one number less means n minus 1. Next even number will be n minus 2, and here n minus 3, and again this will be n minus 4, and this will be n minus 5. So by observation we can see that this and this is same, but they are different because n is here odd number and n is here even number. You can check the last factors. And now let's check what is second formula. Here 0 to pi by 2, and instead of sign we have to write cos of x raised to n dx. By using this property, 0 to a fx dx equal to integration 0 to a f of e minus x dx. So we will replace this x by pi by 2 minus x. So here 0 to pi by 2 as it is, and here we will write cos of x, we will write pi by 2 minus x and raised to n dx. And again cos 90 minus x is sine of x, so sine of x raised to n will be like this into dx. That means we will write the formula for cos which is same as sine x. So for cos of x raised to n we will use these only two formulae. To evaluate these type of integrals, these results are used known as reduction formulae. We are going to use these results and solve next examples. Let's solve these examples and check first example. Integration sine cube x dx from 0 to pi by 2. So this is in the standard form, and now check the index. This is odd number 3. So here we will write downside 3, upside 2. This is the answer of this integration. Very easy. Now check next one. Integration sine of x raised to 4 from 0 to pi by 2. Now this is even number, and for even number we know that we have to write pi by 2 first. Then here 2, and next one 4. Here we will stop. Now this number is 1, and here one number less means 3 upon 4. And so again we have to write this in simplest form. So multiply 3 pi by, and here 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16. Finish. Very simple answer. And now third example. This is also in standard form, sine of x raised to 7. Now this is odd number, so we will write first here downside 3, then next odd number is 5, next odd number is 7. One number less means here 6, here 4, here 2. This is the answer, but we will keep this in simplest form. So 3 1s are, and 3 2s are, and then 4 4s are 16, and downside 7 5s are 35. This is the answer. Within 1 minute we can write these answers. And check last one. Integration 0 to pi by 2 cos of x raised to 8 dx. Now this is even number. For even number we are writing lastly pi by 2, then here 2, then next even number 4, then 6, and then 8, and numerators are here 7, 5, 3, and here 1. Now keep this in simplest form. So 3 1s are, 3 2s are, and now multiply 7 5s are 35 pi, and denominator is, check here, 8 2s are 16, and this is also 16. 16 into 16 256. So this is the answer of this integral. So within 1 minute we can solve this type of integration by using the reduction formulae. And now let's check the next example. This is our last example. If integration of root x dx from 0 to a is this, Then find the value of integration of x dx from a to a plus 1. Now we have to find out this, and we know integration of x is x square upon 2, and if we will substitute these limits, so we can find out the answer. But we don't know what is the value of a. So we will use this condition and find out the value of a. So let's take this here. Now look here, this root x means x raised to half, and here we will use x raised to n formula. So its answer is x raised to half plus 1 means 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2. We will write this in box bracket and write down these limits from 0 to a. This is left hand side, this 2a as it is, and here we will use reduction formula. Now check the index of sin x. It is 3 means odd number. So we will write here downside 3 and one number less upside. So this is the answer of this definite integral. And so again we will simplify this. This 2 will go upside, and therefore we will take constant outside, which is 2 upon 3, and inside first we will substitute upper limit a raised to 3 by 2, middle sign minus, then substitute 0 here, so it is 0, and right hand side as it is. Now 2 upon 3 from left hand side and right hand side get cancelled, and this is simply a raised to 3 by 2, and take this twice a to the left hand side, so minus 2a, this is equal to 0. Now from these two terms take a common, and therefore a outside. What remains now here? A raised to half, and then this is minus, and then this 2, and this is equal to 0. Now product of two terms equal to 0 means either this first one a equal to 0 or this bracket equal to 0, and therefore a raised to half means root a equal to, move this to that side, and therefore squaring on both sides, so 2 square is 4. And now we have to find out value of this definite integration. When a equal to 0, here we will write 0, and 0 plus 1 is 1, and x dx, and again integration of x is x square by 2, and we will write limit here 0 to 1, and first we will substitute upper limit, so here 1 upon 2, 1 square is 1, and middle sign minus, and if we will substitute x equal to 0, then its value is 0, and so value of this definite integral is 1 upon 2. And if a equal to 4, then this will become integration x dx from, this is 4, so 4 plus 1 is 5, and again its answer is x square by 2, and limits are from 4 to 5. And now first substitute upper limit, so here 5 square is 25 upon 2, middle sign minus. Now substitute 4 here, 4 square is 16 upon 2, and denominator is same, so we have to subtract numerators, so 25 minus 16 is 9 and upon 2. So these are the values of this given definite integral. And here we have completed our whole chapter definite integration, and in tomorrow's lecture we are going to start new chapter.